Since when was it acceptable for devs to put out broken games? No, seriously, I want to know. Furthermore, when did it become the cool thing to defend broken games? We saw it with Cyberpunk 2077, and now with the Saints Row reboot. We can look back at other games such as Fallout 76 or Anthem, further proving my point. But what is my point? My point is we've been force-fed broken games for several years now, and there have been a lot of corporate slaves defending them as if their lives depended on it. While there have been a lot of people calling devs out for this bullshit, it seems like there hasn't been much change, unfortunately. These devs still put out broken games that people eat up and gladly defend. Remember back in the day when things like patch updates didn't exist? Just go back to the PS2, Xbox, and GameCube generation. Developers back then had to put out a working product, and if it wasn't polished and functional, then oh well, that game would forever be unfinished and broken. Now I like that in modern times, devs have the ability to put out patches to improve a game or apply player feedback. But I don't like that some devs rely on patches to fix a game that should have been working on release. Most of the time developers put out an incomplete product, and maybe after 6 months to a year, you might actually get the game they promised you. They expect you to spend $60 or more on something that clearly is unfinished, and somehow people think this practice is okay? It doesn't matter if it's an open world game, single player game, or multiplayer game. There is no valid excuse to release games in a broken state. Your standards must be so low to accept and defend games such as the Saints Row reboot or Cyberpunk 2077. This is why gaming has gone to shit, because you got cocksuckers defending bullshit. While there are a lot of people calling out the nonsense, there are still so many gamers who refuse to hold developers accountable for this nonsense. These smooth-brained motherfuckers will blame the people criticizing these incompetent developers. Yeah, it's our fault for calling devs out for putting out trash heaps. Sorry, but not all of us live in clown world. Unfinished games are unacceptable considering people spend their hard-earned money on them. Even after delays, these games still come out broken. Games with million-dollar budgets and flashy marketing still come out mediocre, giving the gaming industry as a whole a bad reputation. These companies should be ashamed of themselves. They really feel comfortable releasing a broken mess? They have no problem with you spending $60 on their unfinished product? It sure seems like it. People out here want gamers to come together for $70 games or a price increase in other countries, but we can't come together to say no to broken games? There shouldn't be so many people defending this crap. There shouldn't be so many YouTubers shilling for these companies. We all should be able to call out these developers without some cocksucker saying some dumb shit like, "You can't judge it without playing it. Wait for the day one patch. It's not that serious. Go play something else then. You a hater. Stop crying. Y'all stay mad." Gaming has advanced so much over the years, yet at some point it seems like a lot of devs stop innovating and being creative, but instead have become lazy and complacent, to put it frankly. They think it's okay to put out unfinished products and expect you to wait for patches when the game should have been working from the very start. And to all the shit developers that put out broken games, you deserve to get shut down. You contribute nothing to the gaming industry. You just leave a large shit stain that actual good developers have to clean up. When we spend $60 on a game, we expect it to work. And if it doesn't work, don't get ass hurt when we call you out on it. As far as the pussies that defend these companies, fuck off, because we don't need you corporate henchmen making excuses for bullshit. I don't care if the developers follow you on social media. I don't care if they interact with you or invited you to their offices. If they put out a mediocre or garbage product, say so. Some of you even get to see the game in different stages of development and you pretend like it's all good. But once the game releases, you either continue lying or are singing a different tune. And that different tune is because you can no longer hide the ugly truth to people anymore. A literal herd of smooth-brained bootlickers willingly bending over for these devs that won't even acknowledge them. A corporate slave militia fighting tooth and nail for devs that won't give you any attention. Then when the game comes out, broken and below average like we said it would, most of you clowns suddenly have nothing to say. Just like that Saints Row reboot. We told you that shit was going to be awful on all fronts, and guess what? It was. Same story with Cyberpunk 2077 as well. You have the Deep Silver Creators Collective and EA Game Changers to get spineless goofs to shill for their games. Go look back at how the Black Hokage defended Anthem. Remember Mass Effect Andromeda? Remember how that game launched? How about Agents of Mayhem? How about WWE 2K20? Or that 13 remake? How about Battlefield 4? Or Darksiders 3? Or Assassin's Creed Unity? How about Halo Master Chief Collection? Or even Avengers? Remember how broken these games were? Even to this day, these games are still a Frankenstein mess of patches and updates. These devs will delay a game for months, claiming the reason is to polish the game and ensure quality. Yet on release, it comes out a glitchy mess. What quality did they ensure? Were those months spent playing patty cake? These devs spend more time cramming social commentary in their games and insulting fans on Twitter instead of playtesting their games. No developer is the savior of gaming. We already saw how that narrative blew up in CD Projekt Red's face, and we know how the alleged pro-consumer YouTubers are full of shit. These developers are not gods. Stop thinking they can do no wrong. It's up to us, the consumers, to save ourselves from the bullshit trends that are plaguing the gaming industry. We the consumers deserve better. We keep these companies in business, and we have the power to put them out of business. Hit them where it hurts. Speak with your wallets. Let them know we are tired of the bullshit and we want good, functioning games. Can we come together as a collective and get through to these developers? I hope so. Otherwise, we'll be spending more time looking at patch notes and updates downloading than actually playing the games we paid for.